Hello friends, I'm back with a video, and today in this video we are going to create our admin panel. So till now we have created a sign up form, a login form, our profile page, and we have also created to the change password from the profile page also, and from here also. Okay, so now in this video we are going to create the admin panel. So now let us start. In our htdocs folder we will just copy the login page and rename it as admin. Okay, now in our text code editor we'll open admin.php. So now we will also create an table. We have created a table called users. Now we are going to create another table and we'll name the table as admin, and we'll give column, we'll give name and password. And we'll put the type as text. So here we have got a table called admin with two columns, name and password. Now we'll click on insert and we'll insert a value inside here. We will give an value of like admin or a username. You can give anything. I'm giving admin and I'll give the password as 12345. Okay. Now just click on go. Now over here you can see in our admin table there are two fields, name and password, and in there we have inserted two values, admin and the password. Okay, now we'll code on this page. We have just copied the login page, so we'll just edit this thing. We'll give it as admin login, and here we will give username and password, and we'll remove the value from here. We will also remove the checkbox, and we will also remove this forgot password. This admin panel, only the user will the admin only will be able to log in to this admin panel. So we'll include these three headers files, which are header, config and functions. We will require these files. We will use session, and if the user clicks on submit, we'll take the name, put it into f name. First name we will give it as first name, and over here we will change the input type to text, and we'll give it name as name. So here we have given name as name and password, and we'll remove this checkbox, and here we will give f name Please enter your message will be please enter your name, please enter your password. We'll remove this email text email exist also, because here we will not check whether the user exists or not. Plus we will check if password. Here the query, we have taken the password from the user and we are running a query. We are running select password from users, where the table name we will change here from users to admin, because over here we have created a new table called admin. Okay, and in the admin we have the values of the name and password, so we'll give over here admin, where name equals to $f name. Okay, means this name. Okay, we'll fetch out the password. Then through this query we'll fetch out the password and we'll take out the password from these queries and we'll remove this encryption. And if password is not equal to password is wrong, else we'll create a session. We'll remove this checkbox, this condition of if, and here we will give name from f name. Okay, and here the location means if everything works right, then we'll store it in a session variable and we'll change the location to admin panel.php, else we'll give user does not exist. Okay, this else we will not require. And the title we'll change it to admin login. We'll just save it and go to the browser and let us check it now. So this is the page admin.php which we have created. So this is the admin login and I'll give a password, username and password which is right, means exists in the database. So we have successfully went to the admin panel.php. Okay, if I give something wrong, it is showing that enter the password. We will echo out the value, and if I write something wrong, password is wrong. Okay, I'll echo out the value of value. We will give as php echo $f name. Okay, one more thing we can give is placeholder name, user name, and same placeholder in the password field. And we'll create a variable called fname. We'll just save it out, refresh the browser. Yes, we have admin, and if I write something wrong, password is wrong and the username still is here. Okay, if I write the password right, and I write something rubbish in the username, so there is no error message of username is wrong. Okay, for that what can we do is um, if else we can also check the username, but I don't think we will need multiple users for our admin, so we'll not validate the admin username field. Okay, if you want, we'll just give an else condition and we'll run a query and check whether the username exists or not. It's very easy, so you can do it by yourself also, but here we will have only one user, then we'll not give any username or password. Okay, because the admin only knows the username and password, so we'll not validate these fields. Okay, now what we have done is, if everything works fine, we have created a session variable and we have redirected the user to an admin panel page. Okay, now we'll go to the create an admin page. Admin panel.php. So now in the admin panel page, you have to include the three files. Include header.php and the database connection, the config.php file also will include. Okay, now what we will do is we'll also we'll get the session value and we'll store it in a variable, create a variable name, and we'll take the value. Over here I'll echo out the name. Okay, I'll echo out the name. Over here what I've done is, so this session name which we have stored the value of $fname, I'll fetch out store this value to $name. Okay, now let us check how does it works. Okay, it is showing an error on line number 4. The error is because we have not started the session. Whenever we work with session, we have to start the session. So over here you can see the username has come, which is admin. Okay, means what we will do is if is set $name, so then we'll run this code. Else what we will do is we will change the header location. We'll change the header location to admin.php page. Okay, now let us check this out. So what I will do is I'll just close this tab and open Okay, if now the user is not logged in, if he tries to go to the admin panel page, he is going to the admin.php page, else mm, I think we have to close the browser and open it again. Now if the user tries to go to the admin panel page, so now if he tries to go to the admin panel page, he will be redirected to the admin login. Okay, so he can't go to the, or he cannot view the content of the admin panel page. Okay, if he is not logged in. This security is not for the admin, it is basically for normal user. If the user tries to go to the admin panel directly, so he will not be able to go to the admin panel page. So in this admin panel page, what we will do is we will div class, we will give container. Okay, and we will container, and in the h3 tag we will give welcome to admin panel. We will give a heading as welcome to admin panel. Let us check it out. Showing an error on line number 11 because we have not ended the double single the semicolon. So here you can see welcome to admin panel. We will give a line break over here. Now check this out. Okay, before that what we will do is we'll run a query. We'll create a variable and we'll run a query, mysql query, and what we will do is first the parameter which we pass is the connection, and what we will do is we will select all the fields of the user. Means all the fields means all the fields of the user table. We'll echo all the fields of that table. Sorry, I'm opened the wrong database. So what we'll do is we'll echo out the first name, last name, mail. We'll not echo out the password, date of birth, and the image of the user. Okay, so what we will do is select first underscore name, comma, name, mail, DOB, date of birth, and what else we have? Mail, date of birth, image. From users. Okay. Now what we will do is we will one more thing what we will do is we'll create a variable and we will give mysqli number of rows function, and after this welcome to login admin panel, we'll give total registered users, and what we will give in this is we will give the value. Okay, now I'll show what what magic this thing does. Okay, on line number 9, what is the error? Hmm. Okay, here we have to specify the parameter result variable. So over here you can see total registered users 4. Why it is showing 4? Because we have total 4 users registered. So in the admin panel, the admin will also get this notification that only 4 users are registered. Means total how many users are registered. He'll get the notification over here also. Okay. Now what we will do is we will echo out. First of all, I'll give line break. And now what we will do is we'll create a table. We will create a table using Bootstrap. Okay. So we'll give table. We'll give class. Over here also I've used a Bootstrap class container. Okay. We'll give the table class. The Bootstrap class, which is table stripped. I'll show you what will this class do. And table bordered and table responsive. We're using this class responsive to open our table in the mobile also. Okay. Now we'll create a row for our table. tr align. Okay, we'll give that attribute later. I'll completely explain you what all these things are doing. Okay, now what we will do is we'll echo out a field, the columns. The first column which we are going to create is the serial number. Okay, serial number, and we'll close this out. Serial number, and here we'll give the first name. First name, last name, email, date of birth, and profile image. And the profile image, and 2 more fields column we will create, which will be, one will be remove user, or we can say delete user. I'll explain you what all will this do. And one more field we will create, update. We'll create edit user details. Okay, details. Okay, now what we will do is we will close the HR tag over here, htr tag over here, and now we'll refresh our web browser. Line number 21, semicolon was not closed. So over here you can see a beautiful row: serial number, first name, last name, email, date of birth, profile image, delete users, edit user details. Now what we will do is we will fetch out the values. Okay, first of all, okay, now we will use the while loop. Okay, and we will create a variable called retrieve. Okay, and is this I will fetch out the value mysql fetch array, and inside here I will give $result. Okay, open the bracket and close the brackets. Now we'll fetch out the values. Okay, so the first value which we are going to fetch out is the name. $retrieve and first underscore name. First name, last name, the email, date of birth, profile image, mg. Here the field names we have to give the field names as the database field names. Okay, and we'll give this variable name as name and first name, give it as name, give it as date and row. Okay, now what we will do is we will echo tr, and means we are going to create a row over here, and th, we'll close this. Okay, inside this we will give the username $f name. Similarly we will do with all the other fields: f name, last name, mail, date of birth, profile image. We'll just save it and we'll just refresh the browser. So over here you can see we have got all the registered user details. Like we have 4 user registered. You can see first user Manas, then Abhay, then Raka, then Gaurav. So over here we have Manas, Abhay, Raka, Gaurav. In the serial name, why do we have these? Okay, one more thing what we have to do is, and we'll leave this as blank. Okay, now in the first name we have all the fields, last name, then the email of the users, then the date of birth, the profile image, and these buttons we will create. And over here you can see the profile image is coming not properly, so we will use the HTML tag image src profile image from images. In the images directory we have the profile image of the users. Okay, now let us check this out. Okay, now we have got the profile images but not for all the users. So what would be the mistake over here? And what will do is we will change the height and width over here. Height, height, height. Um, Height we will give as, okay, we'll open a style. Not height we will give as 100 pixels, and width also 100 pixels. Now let's just check this out. Okay, now it is okay, but this profile images are not coming. Let us check it out whether in our folder these images exists or not. Okay, I have only one image, that's why it is not coming. So what I can do is, I don't have the images in. Okay, one thing I can do is I'll just copy this. I'll do this very fast so that our time will not get wasted. I'm sorry for this small problem. It's not a problem. We'll just rename this image as. Okay. Now just. Actually, it doesn't exist in my image folder. That's why. Before this tutorial, I was just practicing. That's why I was just deleted all the images. That's why the images didn't exist. Okay, now I will show you that there is no. Okay, you can see the image. Two images also. I'll just. Okay, I'll leave this images. Okay, we have two images, this and this. These images are not coming because it is not in my images folder. Okay, if you want, if you have just created and done everything right, then all the images will appear over here. Okay, now what we see is here we are having no serial number. Okay, now what I will do is in our code, I'll create, before our code running, we will create a variable called $I and we'll give it the value as 0. And over here what I will do is I will give the value as $I equals $I plus 1. Now let us check this out what happens. Okay, uh, dollar. Okay, here we will give concatenation. Okay, now let us check this out. So now over here you can see the serial numbers also. Okay, we have used, what we have done is we have just given $I is 0 value, and as the loop is working, the while loop is working, so after it changes a row, it just initialize the value 0 to plus 1 is the value of I. Okay, and over here I've used a lot classes. I'll explain you what these classes do. First class is script. I'll just remove all the class and explain you what this class does. Okay, first class we have used this, which is table. Okay, I'll just refresh this. So here you can see there are no border lines. Okay, and this doesn't looks good. And if we check that it is responsive, so here you can see it is also not responsive. The table is not responsive. Rest other content is responsive, but the table is not responsive. So over here we'll give a class table dash responsive. We'll save this and we refresh now. Okay, but now our table is responsive. You can see, but you have to scroll. You have given an option of scrolling. Okay, our table is responsive now. Okay, by using this table responsive class, one more class we will create, which will be table stripped. These are the predefined classes in the Bootstrap. Okay, over here if you see there are no border. Okay, now when I refresh it, okay, I have a color, means we have alternative color on the tables, and for border what we will do is we will apply one more class, table bordered, red. To save this and refresh this. So here you can see now we have a border also in our table. Okay, now over here we will create buttons for delete. Okay, we have given two more columns of delete user and edit users. Okay, so after this we will create buttons also, and what we will do is I'll explain you. Okay, so in this column what I will do is I will create a button. In class, the bootstrap class we will use is btn uh, danger. Okay, and we'll give a name inside it which will be danger. Okay, here we'll give a link href, and we'll give the link as delete we'll give a link as delete delete admin. Okay, delete admin.php. Okay, and what I will do is we will take the user ID over here. Okay, if you see from the database, what I will do is I'll take the user ID also. Okay, we have a field also in the database called ID. Here we have ID. So what I will do is I'll fetch out the ID of the user, because ID of the user is unique. Okay, we'll use ID. Okay, now here I will fetch out the ID also. So paste and ID. Okay, now what I will do is over here after delete admin.php we will give a question mark. In PHP in link we have to create, if we have to create a variable, so what we do is we'll syntax is we will give a question mark, then we will create a variable. Over here I am creating a variable called del. Okay, then we have to assign a value to this variable. I'll give it as $id. Okay, this value, this value. Okay, so now let us check this out. Before checking, what we will do is we'll just close the ref tag. Now over here we have got button, danger button, showing color as we have not closed the button tag properly, that's why it was showing. Okay, the value will give it as delete. I'm sorry for these small mistakes. So we have delete. Okay, so over here in the right bottom, left bottom, over here you can see del equals to, when I just hover over that button you can see del equals to 5. Okay, I'll explain you what this will do is we will redirect the user to admin delete admin.php. Okay, we'll create a page, delete admin.php. Okay, so in this page what we will do is we will not use session. We have not done anything like session. So what I will do is, first of all, I'll show you, I'll click on this delete button. So in the link, we have just created the page, that is why it's not showing any error. So in the link, if you see, here you can see a variable has been created of del. And here you can see the value of the user. Okay. Here I have clicked on the first user, okay, the Manas user, okay, and the ID is showing 2. In the database the user ID of this user Manas is 2, so it is working fine. So over here we have to fetch that value of ID, so here we will use the get method. Okay, so I'll create a variable called ID and underscore get. We'll take out the value from ID. Okay, now we'll run a query. So we'll include config.php. Okay, the database. Now we'll run a query. What we'll do is we'll delete from users the table name where id equals to $id. Okay, and over here we'll give the header location back to the admin page, admin panel page. Okay, now we'll check this out. How does this work? Okay, so I'll just remove this user Abhay Tiwari. I just click on this undefined index ID on line number 3. It is showing error because here we have to use the del variable, because in the admin panel we have created a variable called del. Okay, that's why we have to give a variable here the del as the name. Okay, we'll delete this user. We'll click on delete, but it has not redirected us to the page location. So over here you can see the user Abhay has been deleted. It has not deleted from here. Has also deleted from the database also. Here you can see that Abhay user has been deleted. Now I'll delete this user also, Raka user. I'll just click on delete. So here you can see that Raka user has also been deleted from this also, and from the database also. That Raka user has also been deleted. Okay, so the admin can delete the user also from the admin panel. Okay, now we will work on this thing. We will create a edit user button. Okay, so the same thing we will do, and we'll give over here, we will create the same variable. Okay, and we will here give the value as update. Means if the admin has to change any value of the user, then he will click on this button and he can change the values of the users. Okay, so here I've used the bootstrap class btn success. So here you can see two buttons. One more thing, here you can see not see the text is coming in the center. So over here we will give as tr align center. Same we'll do over here. Okay, we'll just save the page, refresh it. So now everything is aligned in the center. Now if the user clicks on update, then we will change the page to update admin. Okay, for update admin, what we will do is we will not create a page. What we will do is we'll just copy this sign up page and rename it as update admin. Okay, if we'll make the page again, then it will take a lot time. So this is our sign up page. So what we will do is we will just remove the fields which we will not require. Okay, this checkbox we don't require. Okay, we'll also not change the profile image of the user. Okay, we will not change the password of the user. Okay, we will just change the, we will not change okay, we will change the date of birth of the user, the email of the user, the last name of the user, and the first name of the user. And from the form type we will also remove enc type, because we are not changing the profile image of the user. Okay, and here we will give the form name as update user details. We will save this out. and we'll just click on update now. What this update has done, admin panel, update admin, we will change the variable name as user. Okay, I think it has overlapped, that's why it has deleted the value. Click on update. Okay, so if the now the mistake which we have done is we have to give another name. We have to create another variable and give it another name. Okay, now if the user clicks on update, so he'll redirect it to this form, and over here you can see user equals to 5 means we have created a variable and it has the user ID. Okay, so the user ID of Gaurav is 5, and we'll also remove this already registered. Okay, so now over here we need more work. Okay, what we will do is we will remove all these things. Password, confirm password. We will not change the password of the user. We will check the first name, last name, email. Okay, we will check. We will not check the email exists or not. Okay, and if there's empty date will not change the password, so we'll remove this password. And we are also not changing the confirm password and image, and in else we will remove all these fields. Okay, user, will change the message as user details successfully updated. We will remove this also, and the title of the page is update user. Now what we will do is we will run a query. We will give it as a name result. We'll check we have not run a query name result. Okay, and run this query result equals to mysqli query connection, and what you will do is select first underscore name comma last underscore name comma date of birth, and one more thing which we want is the mail from users where okay, here what we will do is we will fetch out the value. Okay, we will create a variable called id and we will get the value from the variable user. Okay, I'll tell you from where the value we'll get. From here we will get the value, the id, user id. So here we will get the id of the user. Okay, we'll give where id equals to $id. Okay, And in the values, what we will do is we will echo out the values. First of all, we will fetch the data. Okay, here we will fetch out the data. Hmm, how we'll fetch it out is retrieve mysql fetch array from result. Okay, dollar retrieve, we'll give it as f name, not f name, we'll give it as name. Okay, and we will use the variable retrieve, and we'll give it here as the first name, first first underscore name. Mm, first last, the variable name must not be matched to these variable names. Okay, and then it will not show error, but it will make some errors on means updation of the user. Same we will do with this also. We will give post as mail2 and dob2, and we'll change the name also over here. Okay, so over here we'll give the name as mail2 and dob2. Okay, now what I will do is we will just echo out the value as name. Okay, then we will echo out the value as last. Okay, then we'll echo out the value as uh, male, and in last date of birth, which we gave the name as, I think, dob. Let us check this out. Okay, now I'll just go to the web browser. Okay, now I'll click on update. Error on line number 46. Undefined. Mm, okay, we will run this query outside of if, because if the user clicks on submit, then only this code will work, and over here the user is not clicking on submit. And here what we will do is we will give it as if is set $id, then please execute this code for us. Okay, now we'll check this out. So here you can see the value of the users. I'll show you again. If the user now clicks on update, so here you can see the values, the name, first name, last name, the email, and the date of birth of the user. I'll show in the database the first name, last name, email, and the date of birth of the user. Everything the user can see from over here. And if you have to change something, if you have to change the name of this user as okay, So if the user had to change the user details, now he'll click on submit. User details updated successfully. Now we'll check whether the user details are updated or not. So instead of updating the user detail, it has created a user. Okay, the mistake which we have done is here the query in the insert the sign up form we have used insert. So where here we have to use update into user first name, last name, mail, date of birth, not the password and not the image. Values first name, last name, email, and not the password and not the image. First of all, let me check email and date. Okay, and we will give here values. So the last query will be date. I think it will be where. Let me. And after it, we will give as where id equals to $id. Now let us check this out whether this works fine or not. Refresh the browser, click on update, change some field, change the email. Now click on submit. Now I'll click on back. So the values have not been updated. Okay, here what we have to do is set values. In the query we are doing a mistake. Update users. Okay, and after it we will use set. Update users, set first underscore name equals to this, and then the last name as this, then the email as this, and the date as this, and we'll remove this values. The query we were running was wrong, where id equals to this. Okay, now let us check this out. Click on update. Unexpected. Okay. Okay, now I'll change the name and something email. The date of birth also I'll change this. Okay, now I'll click on submit. User details updated successfully. Okay, now here you can see the user detail has been updated successfully, means the user details have changed. Now if I click on refresh the database, so in the database also the user fields have changed successfully, means the username, the last name and the mail and the date of birth has been updated successfully. So instead of giving a message that user details updated successfully, what we will do is we will change the header location, to admin panel.php. Okay, now let's check this out again. Okay, now the user clicks on update. I'll change the user fields and give the click on submit. So now you can see the fields have changed successfully, and we'll refresh the database also. So here you can see the first name, last name has been changed and the mail also. So our admin panel is now working awesome. And the button name here we will change it as update. I think it is not saved. Yes, it was not saved. Update. Then updates. No problem. Okay, so this is our admin panel. As I told you in the beginning, we will create an admin panel. So now we have just completed our admin panel. So in the admin panel, when the user logs in, the admin logs in, so there will be a message, welcome to admin panel. Then there will be registered candidates, means it will count all the candidates on the database. Here we have only one user, that's why it is showing 1. And here we will display all the values like first name, last name, email, date of birth, profile image, delete user, edit user details. By clicking on delete, we delete the user details. By editing, we just edit the user details. One more thing which is left here is the logout button to log out from the admin panel. So we'll go to the admin panel page. And over here we will create a button. Just copy this. So we will create a button. Button will be like button class btn primary. We will not use this button, this class primary, so we'll use this now, and we'll give it a logout. And the button, and one more thing which we will give is we'll apply style on this. Float right. Okay, now let us check this button. I'm still not saved page. So now here you can also see this is also responsive, means in the mobile if you open, so there is a scrolling in the table. Here you can see, you can scroll the table in the mobile. Okay, and you can see the values, and rest everything is responsive. Logout button. And one more thing which is left here is we have not closed the table yet. We will give it as echo we will close the table. Now the table has closed. And one more thing, echo tr. The row is also not closed, so here the row will also be closed. Line number 47, unexpected, because we have not used the semicolon. Okay, this button is going there. So for this button, what we will do is we will do margin left as 50 pixels. Margin left 50 pixel is not working on 50 pixels. Still it is not working. There is margin left, everything is right. Okay, I'll tell you that later. Before that, what we will do is we'll give a link to this of logout page. Okay, logout.php. Okay, so what we will do in this page is, and we'll close the h tag. And we'll create a page called admin logout. Okay, Mar okay, we'll create a page called it as state. Oh, sorry, admin logout. Okay, so in this logout page, we will destroy the session. First of all, we'll start the session. Now we will destroy the session. Session destroy. After the session gets destroyed, means the user will be logged out. Okay, and what we will do is we will change the header location to admin.php. Now let us check this out whether this works fine or not. Just refresh the page. Now click on admin logout. So we are being redirected to the admin page, and if the user tries to go to the admin panel, so he is not able to log in. So that's it, guys. We have just completed our admin panel. As I mentioned in the starting of the video, that we will create a complete login registration system with admin panel. So now we are at the end. So everything is complete now. So thank you guys for watching this all my tutorials. So we'll also create I'll also make some further tutorials on like projects So stay tuned to this channel. So subscribe this channel and press the bell icon to get updated for another tutorials. So thank you guys for watching.